Welcome to another episode of Doom WAD Reviews. So, moving down the list in Master Levels for Doom 2, we're still on the list of Doom 1 WADs. So, we're going to be skipping quite far ahead after the last one we did. We've got a series of WADs here that are either just straight up deathmatch WADs. This one was some kind of Doom Heretic demo test WAD. It's not even really interesting to look at. It's really short. It's missing a lot of textures, and I guess it required some kind of third-party tool to run. That was deathmatch. This was a pure Heretic WAD, and this one I started to record, but it is basically just E1M7. E1M6 with a bunch of textures changed to just flat gray and a bunch of pits added, inescapable death pits, and they've changed the flow of the level such that if you do things in the wrong order, you get stuck and can't get out. It was really, really awful and not making for a great video. I mean, I'm perfectly willing to review bad WADs, but this one, being that it was mostly just a modification of an id level, and a bad one at that, I just decided that it just was not going to make for a good episode. So we're just going to move past it and move down the line. So we've got D Prison, which is a deathmatch WAD. Okay. And now we've got Drkwrld1, made by Stephen Holst. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, so this one was made by a kid with some help from his dad. I'm guessing that's this one. So looks like a maze of some kind, E1M1. Not a lot to be said here. So, okay, cool. Got a kid and their dad working on WADs together. That's pretty cool. So let's just see what it looks like. We'll go in here. Whoa! Okay, well, right into the action. No obvious entrance, but that's okay. So, right out of the gate, we've got some goodies. We've got a yellow door and a blue door. Oop, oop, oop. I'm wondering if this is going to be the entire map. Because as I recall, this is called Stone 3, I believe, and it is the default texture used by some editors. That is the default ceiling, and I don't know if this was the default floor. I want to say maybe it was. So it looks like maybe the kid who made this didn't do a lot of modification of the actual like textures or ceiling heights or anything like that beyond the doors. So this could be a very bland level, but, you know, it was made by a kid, so yeah, not any variation in textures or anything like that. Okay, hold on now. Now we've got a little bit going on here. We've got a little thing here. Okay, I don't know if this actually hurts. Doesn't seem to. Get the feeling we're going to have a lot of unmarked doors here. So, let's go into here, maybe? Nothing. Alright. So, presumably we can get up there somehow. Just don't know how yet. Well, there must be a way. That's the way we came from. There's got to be something here, right? Okay, that is a harmful texture. Got it. Ah, well, no, we already been in here. This is just a... And this wasn't an elevator of any kind. And there was nothing in here. Anything to be shot? No, not really. Oh! Yeah, boy. We're gonna have secrets galore in this maze, aren't we? Well, this could get frustrating fast because this is just going to be an exercise and running around mashing on walls. Got a teleporter. Okay. Another teleporter. Interesting. Very interesting. A lot of interesting textures up here. I'm not jumping down because I'm just going to assume there's something up here in the way of a hidden door. Oops, didn't mean to step through that. No, nothing. Nothing by the looks of it. So there must be something somewhere else. Is there anything back this way? I think we checked everywhere in here. There was nothing. Alright. This just takes us up here, where there was nothing. So the only thing I can imagine is maybe a door along here somewhere. That's one we've already found before. Alright. Well, we still have no keys. So we're still looking for something here, you know, anything to let us advance. Oh good, an auto map. That's actually kind of exciting. Monster only teleporter. Okay, so how do we advance here? It clearly says that there's something here. But how do we get there? Okay. Did that open? It did. Okay. Moving forward here. Can I get up there? No. Can't reach. Looks like there's a door over here and not openable from this side. No problem. So I wonder what's going to lower that. Is this entire wall a door? No. Alright, well, let's go back a little ways. There was more to be seen back this way. Okay. Nothing here. Alright, were there any more connections back here? Yeah, we haven't been this way. So we've got a staircase. What just opened? Pretty inconsistent use of door textures. Okay, so now we've got the blue key. Which means we can go back to the entrance and open that door. Okay, I suspect this teleporter is going to put us up on that platform with the chain gun. Nope. This wall. So nothing to be done in here. Alright. Nothing more in here, though. So now we just need to get out of here. Just go back to the entrance, as far as I'm aware. Which we can do by going this way. Yes. Hi. Now, what did that open, I wonder? I wonder if that opened that big area over there. Spending a lot of time on the map because it's basically impossible to navigate without it. So we're going to come back around here and down here, and we'll see, did something open? Yep. Lowered this. Got a little light. Oop, hello. Down here. Oh, there's the red door. All right. So where's our path ahead here? Is it this? Okay. Oh, didn't mark this as impassable. Probably should have. Alright, let's back this way. Oh. Do some perpetual mover. I'm actually gonna save. I actually don't remember even what this one was called. Alright. Now we've got the red key. Head back to the red door. Which was this way. Behind which is the yellow key. So now we head back to the entrance, which is back this way. Alright, and now we're at the yellow door. And that's the end of the maze. Okay. So, gonna have to kind of, look at this one through the lens of someone who was young, right? I think the description said that they were 10 at the time this was made. They were just turning 11. So, I mean, honestly, it's, for a 10-year-old, not terrible. I wish, he'd explored, I'd say he probably shouldn't assume that, he or she had explored a little bit more with the textures and variable ceiling heights and whatnot. And there was a little bit of that from here and there in the WAD, but for the most part, it looks like they spent most of their time drawing the maze and working out the flow and just didn't put any thought into really changes of scenery or anything. They did experiment with a few of the gory textures, which, I'm assuming that's something a kid would be like, ooh, people hanging on a wall, ooh. So I don't mean to make it sound like I'm ragging on the kid, who is undoubtedly in their 30s now. So, yeah, I mean, it was a little annoying to have to find secret doors to progress through the level, but getting that early auto map was really helpful. Usually auto maps are kind of a meh kind of thing in most WADs that I've played, but in this one, it actually was basically necessary to proceed. And even having the auto map didn't guarantee you knew how to proceed, because you could see where there were clearly doors on the wall, but that didn't mean you could open them. You had to activate certain triggers and find certain switches to open them. And sometimes you could just kind of tell. About halfway through the level, all the way to the end, you could just kind of tell when you found a switch or a trigger. You kind of knew what it did just because of where you had already been on the auto map, and you had seen, okay, here's this wall that clearly it's a door of some kind, but I can't activate it. And then a few seconds later, you go to another part of the level and you find the switch. It's like, I bet that opened to that one thing, and you'd be right. It didn't present you with a lot of different things you'd have to check each time you press the switch. Is usually just one, right? So it was pretty good in that regard. Not a particularly long level, and a little difficult to say how the enemies were chosen. So a lot of aspects of Doom were just kind of left by the wayside. The concept of impassable double-sided lines, like with that imp in that cage that you could just walk right through, and door track textures, and the concept of unpegging textures to keep them from moving with the ceiling. But those can be forgiven. So that was Drkwrld 1. I'm curious if at some point we'll find a second one, maybe in a different WAD pack. Who knows? So like and subscribe if you want to keep up with this series. And until next time, rip and tear.